YouTube makeup lovers, so I am here with a foundation first impression for you guys. The foundation that I will be testing out today is by Lancôme, and it is the Miracle Cushion Liquid Cushion Compact Foundation, and I'm really excited to try this one out. It's the first time I ever tried a foundation like this. This foundation, just so you guys have a little bit of background information, it is $46.50, and it is a refillable foundation. So this right here that you see, that is where the foundation is, and that you can buy in a refill form, and that one would be $39. So the foundation comes in this compact like this. It's a really pretty compact, probably a very good foundation for traveling, and I use the color 250 Bisque W. And let me tell you a little bit what it says. It says here, it's a fresh glow, lasting hydration, weightless, buildable coverage. So I'm also going to read you a little bit of what the Sephora website says about this foundation, and it is the one, let me just open it for you. Of course, I already did the actual testing. I'm just filming the intro now, so I have already opened it, but it comes like this in the packaging, and then the sponge is right there in the middle, and then you just kind of press the applicator that the foundation came with. You just kind of push it into the product. It actually works real well with the actual applicator that it comes with. I also tested it out, which you'll see now in the video, with a brush. It works really great with a brush too. So that is where the actual product is, and if you were to tap it, you get the product on your finger. I mean, it's very, very liquid, and you do get a lot of product. All you really need to do is push the sponge in once, and that's already enough for one section of your face. So that is how I did it, which you will get to see in the video. According to the Sephora website, the foundation comes in 11 colors, and the one that I chose, 250 Bisque W, it says that it's for medium light skin with warm yellow undertones. So you do have for the warm yellow undertones, and then you also have for more cooler undertones that are more pinky. So you do have a variety of colors. They also have some for neutral undertones. So you kind of do get to choose from, you know, the different types of undertones. I always like it when foundations come out with that. I also really like it when the website actually explains what each color is for. So what it says here, it says it is a color true liquid foundation in a unique cushion sponge that seamlessly delivers light to medium coverage while hydrating the skin. It says this oil-free Miracle Cushion Liquid Cushion Compact creates a dewy finish for a polished glow. Its innovative cushion sponge contains over 800,000 pores to transfer the ideal amount of product for an effortless makeup application. This multitasking formula is infused with skincare actives that give skin a boost of intense hydration, delivering a cooling sensation while brightening the appearance of the skin. I didn't really notice any cooling sensation when I applied it. I did feel that I did look a little bit dewy, and I agree with the fact that it says it is light to medium coverage. It's very light coverage. This is definitely something that I will feel comfortable wearing on a daily basis during the day or at night. But now that I'm reading here, the cooling, I didn't really notice any cooling sensation. It says Miracle Cushion provides the benefits of a BB CC cream while offering the benefits of light to medium coverage found in a liquid foundation. Simply give this foundation compact an easy tap for light coverage, and then give it a heavier tap for more coverage. Suspended in a cushion sponge, the liquid is enclosed in an airtight compact for convenient portability. So definitely something good that you can always travel with. I love the packaging. It's the first foundation. I had seen these sponge type foundations before. There are other brands that I know carry them, but this is really the first one that I try, and I chose this one to try because I had heard pretty good reviews, and I do like the whole dewy look, and I also do like the light to medium foundation. I feel comfortable with that. I like that. I don't really feel that I need very, very heavy foundation for my skin, and anything that I want to cover, I usually use concealer, so I do like the fact that it's very light and very natural. The amount of product that comes in the foundation is 0.5 ounces, and the only thing that I do notice with the packaging is when you have such packaging like this, it's so pretty, but then it does get your fingers all over the place, so that is kind of annoying because it is kind of like a mirror, and I mean, it already has all my fingers on them from touching it and just from trying out the foundation. I do like the fact that it's refillable, so I don't know how yet to take this out of here, but it seems quite easy. So I wonder if the refill comes with another sponge. I hope it does, because I would want to switch the sponge every once in a while. But anyways, I think it's time to get started with the testing of the foundation. So what I'm going to do pretty much is the way I usually do the first impressions. I'm going to test it out in front of the camera so you guys see how I apply it, and just kind of like my thoughts throughout the video as I am applying it, which pretty much are my first impressions. And then I will come back later on during the day and just give you my final thoughts and let you know how the foundation reacted throughout the night. So now it's time to start the foundation testing, and the very first thing I'm gonna do, because it's always important to do your makeup on a moisturized face, I'm gonna take my Bioderma Sensibio Rich and apply a little bit. All I have on my face right now is my eye makeup. I don't have anything else. I just did my eyes. Next, I'm going to take the Pore-fessional, which is my favorite face primer. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this. Now for the foundation, and I am going to go ahead and use the little cotton pad that came with it, even though I never do that. And I'm going to take out the little paper that covers the sponge, and then you're supposed to, I guess, like just put your fingers through the little, you know, spongy thing, and then just kind of like dab it on your face. I'm also very curious to see how this would work if I wanted to use a brush. I mean, everybody that I've seen has been using it with this, and technically it's supposed to be like the best way to use it, but I do want to do a little testing and try it out with a foundation brush. Maybe I'll try it in a little bit, but first I'm gonna go ahead and do it this way. So I'm just gonna press it to here, and wow, it has like a lot of product that comes out, and I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Just kind of patting it. Color is blending in perfectly. A little bit more. Let me tell you, it does not disappoint the way it feels with applying it with this applicator. So far that seems like a very thin layer of product, but it's blending in nicely with my skin. You just really need one little push down, and then you already get new product on the sponge. It blends in very quickly. So I already have the first layer on my face. I already applied one layer to everything, and I like the way it looks. I feel like it already evened out my skin tone a little bit from when I first started. It's very, very light coverage. Let me tell you, love the way it felt with this applicator. I just kind of wish that I can get more of these, because I just know that I want more. But I like the way it applied. It just blended in so easily. It took like no work whatsoever. No work blending, no work applying. It was just very, very easy. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on another layer. And again, I'm just gonna press it once. I wanna see how it builds up. Well, that was twice, but. I'm just really impressed how it just like, boom, it just blends in nicely. Like, no work whatsoever. Very easy application. Usually, like if you use another foundation, you kind of just have to make sure that it blends in nicely. You want to make sure that you don't have any streaks from the brush. But this just kind of like, boom, done. I like it. It's just kind of like you're just kind of like pressing the sponge to your skin, and it just like sinking in nicely. Just for the sake of testing out how this would apply with a brush, I'm gonna push the brush to the sponge and just try to apply the forehead section with the brush. And let me tell you, it applies very nicely as well. It just applies as easily. Just because it's a brush, it's not even streaky, nothing. It was just as easy as it was with the sponge. Like you just basically just dip it like this and you get the product automatically on the brush, and boom. I like it. So if you like to use your foundation with a brush, it can be done. But I have to say I am pleasantly surprised to have used the actual sponge that came with the foundation, which I usually never do. I still feel the coverage, maybe light to medium tops, but I like the way it looks. I feel like my skin looks very even, but also very nice. It's very natural. It's like my skin, it doesn't look like I'm wearing a ton of makeup. So right now I still feel that it hasn't dried up yet. I still feel like it's my skin feels still like it's a little bit still damp with the product. So I'm gonna wait a little bit and I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my makeup, and then I will be right back. So now that I have all my makeup on, I'm gonna be heading out for the night. I'm gonna go out to dinner with my family because today is my mom's birthday. And right now it is 6:50 p.m. So I'm gonna go to dinner. Our reservations are at 8. So we take a long time. We're 5 and big family, big, long, yummy dinner. So I'll probably be getting home a lot later on tonight, and then I will make sure to check in back with you guys later and give you my final thoughts of the foundation. So I will talk to you soon. Bye. So I am back from dinner and right now it is 11:11 p.m. and I mean, I still think that my makeup looks pretty good, but I do notice that I have some shine on my forehead and also on my nose a little bit. I feel like I've wiped off a lot of makeup from around my mouth area just because I went out to dinner. And then I noticed as I was like wiping my mouth with a napkin that I'm not like, I really wiped my mouth. So I'm sure the makeup has kind of faded all around my face. I'll probably keep the makeup on a little bit longer for you guys just because I usually do like to keep it on a little bit longer for these first impressions. And I did start kind of late today because that's really when I started to get ready. But I'm a night owl, and even though I have to go to work tomorrow and it's Monday, I'm still gonna stay up for a little bit, just kind of like organize here, organize my bedroom, just organize myself for tomorrow, and just a bunch of things that I kind of have to do before I start my work week. It's kind of like I have to get back into the zone and forget that the weekend is almost over. So I will check back in with you guys maybe in a couple of hours, like 2 more hours, and I'll leave the foundation on. But as far as it's now, I do notice how my blush is still pretty intact. So it has maintained itself real nicely on my cheeks. So the blush is still doing pretty well. That's like one of the very first things that I always look at when I try out a foundation, is how long the blush is lasting on the cheeks, and this foundation has helped it stay. I did notice a little bit of the shine on my nose and on my forehead, which is not normal for me because I'm not very oily at all. I tend to be normal to dry skin, so I'm thinking that for someone with oily skin, maybe this foundation would not be that great, especially since it is a little bit dewy. Another thing that I also noticed is that when I left, I still felt like some areas of my face, for example, I still felt it was a little bit sticky, like if it didn't really set and dry perfectly all the way. I mentioned earlier that I did set my foundation with a powder, and I use the MAC Mineralize Skin Finish Natural in the shade medium. This is my favorite setting powder for foundation, and I just wanted you guys to know that I did use it earlier when I applied the foundation. I always like to tell you guys when I set it, because I definitely think that setting your foundation is gonna help it last longer throughout the wear of the foundation, in my case throughout the night tonight. So I did notice though, what I mentioned earlier was that I did see a little bit of more shine on my forehead and on my nose, which is really not that normal for me, just because my skin is more normal to dry. I do not get very oily or shiny. So I feel like this foundation probably would not be the best for someone with oily skin, especially since it is kind of dewy, and I do love the dewy look. I do like it so far. I mean, I do think it's a nice light coverage. It's something that I can wear maybe on a daily basis, although it's important to mention that it does not have SPF, and usually for my daytime foundations I really don't mind the SPF, but I guess it would work fine. I can always just use SPF below it, or use it at nighttime, maybe when I want to go light with the makeup, not going out, but just like on a regular night out, maybe to a dinner or to the movies or something like that. I can probably still use this one, even though it's not that full coverage, but I do like the more lighter coverage type foundations. I'm always more into the more natural look. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for now. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean up a little bit, you know, do my little Sunday night routine, and then I'll be back with you guys in a couple hours. So I'll see you soon. So hello, I am back, and it is now 2:34 in the morning, and I'm already getting a little bit tired. So it's 2:34 a.m. and yes, I'm always very nocturnal. I'm more like a night owl, and I have to go to work tomorrow. So hopefully as soon as I get in bed, I will like fall asleep. But we ate so much at dinner that I was like kind of stuffed. So I just been kind of doing stuff. I even cleaned my room, and I like to clean my room at nighttime. So anyways, so I'm back, and the foundation is still looking pretty good. You know what I'm pretty impressed with is my eye makeup, how intact it is. I used today for the first time my Lorac Metal palette, this one right here. And the one that I used on my lid is this rose gold color. And then the other shadows that I have on the crease are from the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. And it is like, my eye makeup has like not moved at all today. But anyways, we're talking about the foundation, right? So the foundation, I do notice that there's redness on the sides of my nose, which is what usually happens to me with most foundations after a long period of time. As far as the cheeks, I still have some blush on the cheeks, maybe a little bit less than the last time I checked in, but there is still some blush there. As far as also important for you guys to know, I haven't retouched my makeup at all today, ever since you guys saw me apply it. The only thing I have retouched is I have put on some lip gloss just for the video, so I don't look completely dead at 2:34 in the morning. So my final thoughts for the foundation are just pretty much, well, first of all, I love the packaging. I do love the idea of it. I do think it will be great for travel, and it's like really pretty. I love the way that it applied. It really did apply great with the little sponge, and it also applied very nicely with a brush. It just applied so easy. It just blended so easy. It was like no work whatsoever. No work was involved in the application, not even buffing, no blending. It just like went on like flawlessly and easily. So I think it would be a good foundation to have on the go. Not that I ever think of taking my foundation on the go, and nor do I really think I'll be touching up on the go, but maybe we can try touching up a little bit and just see how it like I kind of want to see how you can touch up with a foundation after I've already applied a powder, which is something that's like a big no-no. But I mean, supposedly this is like great for touch-ups. Not that I would want to touch up, but let me try and touch up a little bit now just to see like how it is if I were to just dab it a little bit. So I'm just touching up here on the chin. It feels good. It made it less shiny. And then a little bit, I saw like Lisa Eldridge, she's like this amazing makeup artist. She says that like, you know, for the corners, you should like fold the little sponge like this, and then you can kind of like apply it like that. So this is really the first time I have ever touched up with something like this. Even though I really don't think that I would like even touch up with this. I probably wouldn't even take it with me. If I'm gonna touch up, I'll just touch up with a little bit of powder. But I mean, this is so easy that it kind of can be done, and it actually looks pretty good. I mean, I probably wouldn't touch up on my cheeks just because it will probably get rid of my blush, but on the sides of the nose and my chin where I just touched up, it touches up really nicely. So I guess you pretty much could take this in your purse if you wanted to. My favorite things about the foundation, like I said, definitely the packaging. I like that it's like very portable. I also love the way it applied, super easy. Cons of the foundation is pretty much, the first one is definitely the price. It is a pricey foundation, and the foundation does have 0.5 of product, whereas normal foundations have 1 ounce, and this is 0.5 ounces. So I feel like for the price, you should at least have a minimum of 1 ounce in a foundation. That's like more of the common amount of foundation usually brings in the high end and in the less expensive foundations. So I feel like this one, for the price, it's a high-end foundation. It should at least have 1 ounce. Another thing that kind of worries me is how long this is gonna last. Is the sponge gonna dry out? I know it has like an airtight seal and all that, but that's something that I'm gonna keep an eye on now that I use it, because it's definitely something that I'm gonna keep, and I'm gonna keep on trying it. But that is one thing that I'm like, how long is this gonna last? And those 0.5 ounces, like, if I use it every single day, when is that sponge gonna dry up? So those are a couple things, since I'm not used to a foundation like this, that I am definitely thinking about. Another thing is that I felt that in some areas of my face, it didn't set. Like the foundation didn't set and dry as the other sections of the face did. I really just felt that in like these areas of my face. But other than that, the positives of it, like I said, I just love the way it applied. It blended in nicely. I think it was like a very light, natural, flawless application that I like. It built up very nicely when I did the first layer. Then I went to do the second layer. It wasn't like I was like packing on the makeup. It was just so light. But just the ease of application to me was like the #1 thing. It was just so fast. I can just picture me having this in my bathroom and just like patting it, you know, tapping it, patting it, and just being done. You don't even have to blend. I mean, it just blended so nicely. It just applied so easily. The smell, it has a nice smell, a very light, faint smell, and I like it. I mean, I always like the way that these, I don't mind a slight scent in the foundations. Like I love the Chanel ones, but the Chanel foundations definitely are, the scent is a lot stronger than in this one, but it does have a very nice scent. Not overwhelming at all. And I mean, that's pretty much it. Definitely a foundation that I'm gonna continue to use. I did like it. I did like the way it felt. Of course, this is just like the first time I ever use it, so I'm definitely gonna use it more. And I'm gonna be trying it out every single day, and I will let you know how it goes. And then yes, definitely gonna keep an eye on the actual sponge. Of course, I think it's also a pro that you can buy a refill for it. I wouldn't mind if the refill was a little bit cheaper, because the refill, again, you know, the amount and the foundation, I really think that they should have made it at least a 1 ounce. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this first impression. I'm sorry if I just like rambled a lot, because it is like 2:45 in the morning right now. But I really hope that you had a lot of fun watching this video. If you tried out this foundation, let me know your thoughts on it. And as always, I want to say thank you so much for watching B Lounge Makeup. Bye.